We are in a recession, baby. And so that means that whatever you need to do to save your coins, then you need to get on that. And I, luckily, am here to help you with that. This series is called Beauty in the Budget. And basically, I am going to be giving tips on how to look nice, how to feel nice, all the things beauty related inside and out, but you're gonna do it on a budget. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany Shyla, but I go by Beautified. I'm here for the girls who manage to be bold and authentic while still being that reserved queen you are. My content is based around fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. So if that's something that you're interested in, y'all go ahead and click that subscribe button now. And now that we're acquainted, welcome to my channel, beautiful. Guys, let us get right into this look. So I was asked to pretty much come up with a nice little makeup look, but surrounded around drugstore products. Now, that's a little difficult for me, I'm not gonna lie. So I did the best that I could with the materials presented, y'all, because that's why. There's not a huge selection when it comes to drugstore makeup that pretty much suits my skin tone. A lot of them go from either really light to super dark, or they don't have variations of dark colors to choose from. So me personally, that's why I never wore drugstore makeup really like that, unless it was basic products that could be used as a universal thing like blush or something like that. So as you'll see here, to finish off the look, I will probably be using a generic type of setting powder, because they did not have any powders that match my skin tone, and I was not even about to play myself like that, y'all. So let's just get right into this look. I am excited to see where this goes, and I'm also nervous. I hope I don't be looking like an ashy clown, but here we go. To start off, we obviously are going to be priming our skin, and I'm gonna use e.l.f. because e.l.f. never steered me wrong. I use this without it being this type of video. I honestly love the e.l.f. primer. I have it in this is the Power Grip, by the way, the Power Grip primer. This one is the one with niacinamide in it, and this is the original one. Honestly, both of these could work. I have gone through about 4 of these in total since I discovered it sometime like last year or a year and a half ago. This one is really good, but so is this one. This one's on its last leg, but we're just gonna go ahead and use a natural one just in case you guys don't like putting all that other stuff on your face. And I am going to show you. So I kind of go in with the pea size, and this also, I know I'm gonna address the obvious in the room, which is the scab on my head, guys. I was playing around with my skin, and unfortunately I scraped my skin, so yeah, that's why you see that there. But I'm going in with this primer. I actually might need a little bit more for my cheeks, and I'm gonna let that dry down as well. Because you do want time for your primer to actually do what it's supposed to be doing. People be sticking stuff on their face. Let me see if it works, to make sure that their primer is nice and tacky. Let's see. Oh my God. That is hilarious, guys. It works, but that just shows you how great your makeup is going to sit on top of your skin. So we're gonna let that dry down for a second, and then we're gonna go in with our products. I actually was not gonna do this before, but now that I thought about it, I'm going to use a color corrector by LA Pro Concealer. You can find this at any drugstore as well as the beauty supply store. A couple of my products, actually just one of them, is from the beauty supply store. And guys, look. Oh, snap. Well, I could use this. I was about to say, I think that I forgot my eyebrows, but it's okay. So LA Pro Concealer, I'm gonna use a color corrector, obviously, on this stuff on my head to kind of just fade it out. I've been having really bad breakouts on my forehead lately, and we're just gonna conceal that up a little bit. When I first started using makeup, I used to stay using this all over my face to the point where my under makeup was always so orange, and I'm just like, looking back on that, horrific. I cannot believe I did that. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to kind of just tap that in a little bit. I might need a little bit more on that cut. But yes, in my day-to-day makeup, when I'm using higher end products, I don't do color correcting because I don't necessarily find that step too necessary, but obviously since I've gotten these breakouts, I could use a little bit of color correcting. So there's that. I concealed it down a little bit, and now I am going to do my eyebrows. This is from the NYX brand, and guys, this is really popping. I use this even though I had multiple eyebrow glues, eyebrow gels. This actually, along with another one, is really good. The e.l.f. Brow Lift you can use, and both of these are drugstore products, and I feel like, to me, that they work really great, especially for the price point. They are my go-to when I do use, you'll see me using this a lot in my other makeup videos. So I'm definitely not against the drugstore. Like I said earlier on in the video, like, I can do drugstore when it comes to generalized things, universal items. And this one is actually, this brow glue is tinted. This one is in the, because I have really dark eyebrows. So I got this in the color black. Even though it is not necessarily black in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay my brows out a little bit and let that dry down some so that I can stick it down, and then go ahead and do my brows. I'm so mad I left my fan in my car because it speeds the process up a lot when it comes to drying down my makeup. So I'm gonna just press them down so that it's not as wet and it just stays in place. And then I'm gonna go in. I don't go too hard when it comes to this because this is very dark. But this is like a eyeliner type of pencil. This is Scandalized Precision Micro Eyeliner by Rimmel, which is also drugstore brand. And I kind of just use this for the tail of my brows pretty much, and to just carve out the upper part. So Sometimes I can OD on it a little bit, like make it thicker than I wanted it to be, because then I use my concealer, whatever concealer of choice that may be at the time, to clean it up. So I know the tails are not sharp, but they're about to be. Once I figure out, okay. So, the concealer choice of the day, and oh boy, I am so scared about this. Warm Almond from Milani, which I do think that this is a brand for women of color, but I'm just so scared about. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this is my life. Like, and mind you, this is one of the darker colors that I was supposed to choose from. So let's conceal the brows. This is just, I'm sorry, it's kind of unacceptable to me. Like, this is the concealer that I'm actually supposed to be using underneath my eyes and on my whole face, and it's just so light. Oh my goodness, I'm scared, I'm terrified. I feel like companies have to do a little better when it comes to shade range of darker skinned individuals. Like, it's 2025. And keep in mind, you guys, I spent 20 to 25 minutes looking for products that could potentially match my skin tone. So I really did try to take my time with choosing these products. And it's just like I was choosing from, I was just trying to choose the best out of what I was given. And yeah, so not to knock companies, but I do think that we're at a point in time where we can do better with shade range. So I feel like just purposely not doing that is crazy. Like, I'm telling you, when you see my e.l.f. was actually pretty decent when it came to foundation ranges that they had in at the drugstore, at the pharmacy. I went to CVS, so they were pretty decent in their shade range. But some of the companies out there, I won't name any names, they literally go from like the color that I have right here to like pitch black, and I'm not even kidding. And I just think that that's so wrong, because there are a lot of girls who are coming up trying to do makeup, trying to learn how to do their makeup, and it's like you're not giving them much range to choose from, especially if they were somebody, like I said, they're coming up, so they probably don't have the money, or they're working on a limited budget because they're high schoolers or whatever the case may be, struggling college students trying to learn how to finally do their makeup. Because I mean, we all want to, I feel like as women, we all want to learn how to do stuff like that. Before I continue, I'm going to start on my foundation, and this is e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the color shade 7 Deep Rich. So let's see how that goes. And like I said, this looked like the closest to my skin, honestly. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like companies probably just need to be a little bit more aware when it comes to that, only because they want, like, women want to feel included with certain things, and I feel like that's not a good opportunity, especially because you're not giving them much to choose from. Like, it's giving clown makeup if they do go with certain colors, and that's honestly, in my opinion, not fair. Okay, let's see. This is the applicator, guys. scared. He's scared of this. Okay. So, walk with me, walk with me. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? I'm only doing this because it was requested of me. Oh my gosh. Why? No. I hope it blends a little bit better. I'm able to blend it out because that is super duper light, you guys. What do you guys think? Drop your comments of what you think is going on right now in this video. Trying to do my best with what I'm given. No, this is not okay. Yeah, this honestly makes me want to cry. Because this is not okay. Like, and my heart is just so big that I'm actually feeling for people who genuinely don't have it but want to, you know, be up to date with things going on. But like, this looks really horrible. This is horrible. This is horrible, horrible, horrible. And I don't approve. I'm trying to blend as best as I can so that, and they said that this one was supposed to have really good coverage, but like as you guys can see, I'm looking right at my my scarring on my forehead. So yeah, this is crazy, you guys. So this is what I look like after putting foundation on my face. And this is how I would apply my foundation regularly outside of drugstore makeup. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing. Let me try to list also. I know that this e.l.f. thing is probably around $5. I didn't just buy this, so I know that this is pretty affordable. This one, same thing, maybe $4, $5, at least back in the day it was. This e.l.f. This e.l.f. thing, like the foundation, it says I purchased this for $14. $14. Okay. And this concealer that I'm about to apply for highlight is $10.99. All right. I genuinely have to laugh because this looks terrible. It's not funny though. Like, nothing about this is funny. It's actually very sad. Oh boy. What are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So I'm gonna do it the same way that I would normally do my other makeup, and I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. I do think that this is really, really light, really, really bright for my skin tone. I typically don't go this bright. Also because it has like a kind of golden undertone, but let's see. I cannot believe how bad this foundation is looking. This is so crazy. Okay, well, let's go in and blend, guys. Noticing that as I'm blending, it doesn't really look like there's much coverage. It looks like the product is being pretty much wiped away. I'm going to try out a second layer so that I can see if the color stays some. It blended out really well, but I also feel like you can't tell that, you know, I have on that concealer as though there's no product. So let's see. We're gonna do a second layer and see. How that goes. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I can see why somebody would get discouraged about wearing makeup when this is what there's to work with. Like, okay, let me take my skin tone out of the equation and let me judge by what the actual products are, I guess. So for the Milani one, I feel as though they're like, it's not so much of a full coverage. It could be a little bit thicker in my opinion, but that's just me. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to let it dry down so that I can see if maybe that was what, you know. So for the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, I do feel like what they describe as though it gives a glow to the face that is correct. So it is like a glowy type of deal. You can see because my face is extremely shiny. Like, you can tell the reflection of the lights on my cheeks, on my, literally everywhere, on my forehead, jaws. Like, it is glowing type. So maybe if that's what you're into, I feel like if that's what you're into and you like dewy, glowy makeup and they do have your shade, then have at it. But for me, it's not really doing it for me. I'm not into that type of stuff, but they did in CVS, it was listed on the bottom of it that they do have a fuller coverage, and I just am not really getting full coverage from it, but that's just me. I'm gonna go in and blend this out a little bit now that it's dried down some. And okay, I start to see a little bit more. I'm starting to see it a little bit more, the fact that it's there. So maybe I just needed to let it dry down a little bit. Maybe it was too wet when I tried to blend it out the first time. It's not too bad. I feel like that's something that I can work with. I typically wouldn't go this bright with my color, but now that I blended out, the second layer doesn't look awful in my opinion. Maybe I could see it looking a little bit better if my foundation actually matched my skin tone. I could see myself using it. So I'm not gonna completely write off the Milani right now. Jesus. Would I use this foundation, or would I use this concealer by choice? Maybe. maybe I would pick it up by choice, but this particular color, I don't think so. I would just go like one shade darker, honestly, but it's not looking horrific like I thought. So we're going to actually go on to the next product, which is blush, and I'm going to use this e.l.f. liquid blush in the color Bold Face Lilac. And you guys, I have already used this. As you can see, I took it out of the packaging, and I'm not gonna lie, e.l.f. high-key snapped with this, like, and I will be back to buy more colors. I can say that is what you did, snap on e.l.f. You lost me with the foundation, but you got me right back with the blush. So I'm gonna put this on my little palette so that I can use my brush to spread it out evenly on the brush before applying it. But it is so cute. I wore it the other day and I thought it was so cute. And it's like that cute little pink. I think it's nice, and it's not like too bright of a pink in my opinion. You have to just do a really nice job at blending it in, but this is definitely something that I would voluntarily wear, like this color, hence why I chose it. I actually feel like it could be a dupe to this Rare Beauty one that I have, the color, let me see what the color is, the Rare Beauty color. Rare Beauty in the color Believe. I think that this is a dupe of that, just because it does, when I blended it out, that's the color it reminds me of when I put it on. So, and I do suffer from blush blindness, so I typically put on a lot of blush, and I'm doing a lot of blush as well because I'm not going to be using a powder blush, because there was not a powder blush that would complement my skin tone, so I was not even about to waste my time nor my coin on it. So this is what it's looking like after the blush is on. That blush is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So now I am going to go in. I don't want to get my edges. Oh wait, hold on. First of all, this blush was $7. So I can appreciate that. I'll spend the $7 on that. One second. I'm gonna cover up my edges because I do not want my edges to get wet from this setting spray. And I use this setting spray often. I actually just finished a bottle, so this is brand new. This is from the beauty supply store. It's $5.99 at the beauty supply store I went to. It's called Spritz to Fix from a company called Absolute New York. I've never even heard of them before. And this is a matte setting spray. My friend Tasha put me on this, and I've been using it. It's about to be a year now. So I'm gonna spray this on my face. And it's supposed to make your makeup matte and stay on matte for the whole night. And honestly, if you have matte application, it's gonna do just that. I'm not gonna lie, like, this is the bomb. It is. So I'm letting that dry down a little bit. And I feel like, let me spray a little bit more. I feel like the way that the concealer and blush is drying down makes my makeup not look too bad at all. What I'm scared about is going to be the next steps following. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. HD powder, this one in the color, is this translucent? Sheer, in the color Sheer. And this has a soft matte finish. And I'm gonna use that on my face and then set my face with, like I said, the generic setting powder, and go ahead and spray it down with my matte setting spray again. But you guys, this blush is definitely worth it. I'm going to go back and get more colors, and it deserves its little one too, not gonna lie. So now that that's drying down a little bit, I want it to dry a little bit more. The only thing with this blush, let me try to, it gets a little bit patchy. I'm not really sure what that's coming from, but I noticed that the last time. So maybe, I don't know if it's my brush that I'm using or if it's that. But my brush is clean. I just cleaned it, so I don't know. Anywho, let's go in with this e.l.f. HD powder. Y'all, this I'm scared about too. Jeez, why am I such a scaredy cat? And this powder kind of reminds me of a powder that I use called Derma Blend, I think. Yeah, Derma Blend. The loose setting powder. So hopefully the way that it works is just as okay. So it is white. So this is what it's looking like on one side. So yeah. And now the other side is done. It definitely is matte, like it says it is. I'm just not sure how I feel about the translucent color. I typically go for, like, when I'm using my powders, whether it be loose or pressed, I go for color just because I want it to, I just want to give myself back that color rather than it being ashy. And I feel like because it's translucent, if I do spray it down, it is going to take the color of that glow, the halo glow that I put on, which was not my skin tone, like I said. So it's probably going to look a little hot messy, but it's whatever. So this is what my face looks like after I pat it down with that HD powder. Again, not horrible, but I'm just not personally a fan of translucent. But like I said, I was not about to waste my money on the colors that they had because that was just outrageous. So now I'm going to go in with a Ben Nye powder. I'm gonna go in with my Ben Nye powder in the color Chestnut because I know that it's going to bring color back. And Chestnut is actually quite affordable as well. Well, not Chestnut, Ben Nye products. They're affordable as well, and they last a long time. Like all of my Ben Nye powders, I've had them for years, not even kidding. So I'm gonna go in it. Chestnut was one of the first powders that I ever used while learning how to do my makeup. So I'm gonna press that into my under eye and bring some color back in. And I have to be very careful because, like I said, I'm not using a powder blush on top of this, so I don't want to actually interrupt the flow of that blush. I want it to sit right where it's at. And that side looks pretty good to me. I did a good job at maneuvering around that blush. And you don't have to do too much when it comes to setting the under eye, because you don't want it to look crazy, but you want to for sure blend it all the way through. I think that did a really good job at bringing color back to life into my face. It was necessary. So now that that is finito, I am going to see, let me see if I should use this color. I guess I could use it. So I could use this Benai as like a, this is in the color Ebony. I could use it to dust off everything like I would my foundation. It's a little dark, but we can make it work. And now that that is done, I'm gonna use that powder and we are going to set everything in place, you guys. Not powder, I'm gonna use my spray. I'm gonna go back in with the matte spray and let's see how this goes. And I like to wipe my lips off while it's still wet. That's just me. I'm gonna unravel this thing. I should have set my forehead, but I'm just gonna go ahead and spray it down instead. Hopefully I don't mess my edges up, but alrighty, you guys, so my makeup is finally drying down and this is what it's starting to look like. And I honestly don't know. I wouldn't say that I'm feeling it. I'm gonna use a drugstore. I'm just gonna put on a quick lip. This you can find at your local beauty supply store. I'm gonna use a lip pencil from the beauty supply store to line my lips, and this is dark AF. And we're gonna go ahead and gloss on. And if you wanted to take it one step further, they do have this by Maybelline Fit Me. Mine is in the color Mocha, but I probably would go for the color that said Nutmeg. This is, I bought this when I was in St. Martin, so they didn't have that color Nutmeg. But you can use it as a pressed powder to just make all the shininess go away of everything once you're finished with your makeup. So like underneath your eyes, everywhere that you pretty much highlighted, I would use. But yeah. Honestly hope that you guys enjoyed it. You guys picked up some pointers. Again, I do wish that there was a bit more range when it comes to darker skin tones. I will never stop advocating for that. But all in all, I feel like when it comes to using those beauty products on a budget, I do feel like you do have some good options when it comes to certain products as listed. But yes, it is all dependent upon what you're feeling that day. If you guys are not trying to spend that much money, or if you're just trying to try something new. So I don't discourage anybody from using drugstore products. I just wish that they had more range, because it is lovely to feel like you can get yourself beautiful without having to break your bank. So as for me, I probably would not be using these drugstore products again, not all of them at least, but I do appreciate trying to see what it was about. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you on my next one. Bye. I love you guys so much. Bye.